Winners of the 2019 Step Up to a Startup and Smartbuck National Youth Awards. Now, the prestigious event was held at the Silverstar Casino in Muldersdrift on Wednesday, and the two grade 10 pupils at Hoërskool Secunda in Mpumalanga impressed the judges with their idea to create an app called Safe Space, and this is a mental health app that educates people about depression. To tell us more about that, we're now joined by Nonjabulo and Nolwazi, as well as Brenda Nkosi-Bakare, who's the head of the Sasol Global Foundation, one of the major sponsors in that competition. To all of you, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let me start with the winners. Let me start with you, Nonjabulo. This app, what inspired it?
Well, Nolwazi and I had a best friend who actually suffered from depression. And we could see this from the way that she was at school, always falling asleep, the things she posted online. And we didn't know how to interact with her. We didn't know what we should say to her. So we decided to create this app to help other people like us and like her, to educate people about mental health, remove the stigma around it, allow us to have these discussions about mental health.
All right, so what did you, the process of putting this together, I don't even know how to start developing an app, especially around such an important subject. Take us through that process and how you went about getting the information and making sure you got the right things there.
Well, if it wasn't for the competition, we wouldn't even have thought of such an idea.
Yeah.
So I believe when they told us to start businesses and to identify a problem in the community, we tried looking at factors that relate to us on a personal level. So this is how the mental health app came about, as Nonjabulo explained. So we did research. Found out how apps are developed, how apps make money, how we can actually do this thing without hurting or delaying the journey or the process of healing of the user base that we will be focused on. So we joined the competition. Phase 1, it just needed a few details, so we did necessary research based on that. Phase 2, we now had to go into further details, so we had to do research on another level. But the bootcamp provided us with all the necessary information of how to actually develop an app, coding, and how to advertise or market this whole thing. So I believe the bootcamp actually helped a lot with that.
Yeah. All right, so let me turn to you as a sponsor. I guess this is the kind of thing that you're hoping you would create. These young ladies are just 16 years old and they're talking like real entrepreneurs.
Yeah, Peter, there is nothing at Sasol that actually excites us like seeing young people actually maximizing their potential. We believe that our young people need to be given an opportunity, to actually go beyond what they can imagine. We know that education is like a catalyst that can assist us to improve our communities, to develop our country and to get us to a point where we need to be. And that is why we get involved in these initiatives that actually take our young people a step further to make sure that they create something that will make them in the future to be able to live, because we know employment opportunities are very limited. So now we're getting involved in opportunities that will help entrepreneurship, especially among young people.
And I would imagine with the fourth industrial revolution, just these kinds of platforms is exactly what they need to be looking at.
Yes, everybody knows Sasol, for innovation, for technology, and this for us was a no-brainer to say Sasol is one of those companies that are really pushing fourth industrial revolution through our Sasol Foundation. We are currently developing, some of the textbooks that will be used with the government to just try and improve fourth industrial revolution with our public schools, because we believe that if we create these opportunities at a maximum level with the department, then we are able to reach everybody in the country.
All right. Nonjabulo, again, mental health is quite a serious problem in South Africa, and one that people find difficult to talk about. Using this app, what will I know and how will I be able to use it to be able to navigate my way through this difficult subject?
Okay, so it's all pretty simple. You would open the app, have a conversation with an automated chatbot that will just find out where you are mentally And according to that, you'd be placed, for example, with a psychologist and be offered a free counseling session with that psychologist just to kind of help you figure out where you are mentally. And then in the educational aspect, for example, if you were friends with someone who suffered from depression, you would be able to read articles, watch videos, and that would be able to educate you how to interact with this person, what do you say to this person, and everything like that.
So Nolwazi, do you think that there are people out there who have no idea that they've actually got depression? I know that when I was young, that word didn't even get used really. You know, we just had to get on with it, even though there were suicides and there were people that were having mental health issues. Do you think that this app might help one recognize actually, do you know what I'm feeling actually has a name?
Yes, definitely, because we looked at aspects such as there are kids that are misdiagnosing themselves, telling themselves that, you know what, I'm depressed, whereas they just had a bad day at school. So we want to actually help those people, but in the most fun ways, not just post quotes that they won't even read or post videos that they won't even bother watching. So we want to implement the most fun ways to actually reach out to the youth, to be able to educate them that, you know what, this is just sadness, this is stress, and this is depression, because there are a lot of kids who aren't aware that, you know what, I'm going through depression. Some actually don't understand what depression is. So we're sitting here talking about depression, anxiety, and social isolation, which are big words that they don't even understand. So we are going to find ways, which is our next step, by the way, find ways to actually get it out there, teach people about these things, and actually explain it, break it down so that they can understand in the most simplest ways that this is what depression is, and this is what anxiety is, and this is what social isolation is.
You guys have done amazing. We're very proud and impressed by your contribution. And perhaps a final word. I guess this is what business really should be doing, is to contribute to these kinds of development of ideas and thinking amongst young people.
You know, Peter, for us, this is a no-brainer. I mean, these young people, the other thing that makes us to be so proud is that they're coming from Secunda, where Sasol actually is based. And I mean, we know that Secunda is a town that was started because of the business that started at Sasol. So we are so proud of these young people, and we'll continue to give them the support that they actually need, because these are the things that we encourage amongst our young people to get out there, do something for yourself, and we'll be there to assist, mentor, and guide.
Ladies, well done once again, and to you, Sasol, thanks so much indeed for encouraging this kind of innovation and thinking. Well done, ladies. Hopefully the next time I see you guys, the app will be in full flow and changing the world. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to leave that for the time being, and we'll have more for you on SA Today coming up shortly. At the top of the hour, we'll start with your headlines. Stay with us.